Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om, and a warm welcome to one and all to this webinar on Manache Shlok to be conducted by Brahmacharya Ved Chaitanya ji. Let us start with a prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. I warmly welcome Brahmachari Vedji as well as all those present here on the behalf of Chinmaya International Foundation. Many of you may be already knowing Vedji. For others, I will give you a very brief introduction of Brahmachari Vedji. Brahmachari Ved Chaitanya comes from a family steeped in Chinmaya Mission. He is an electronics and telecommunication engineer from Pune. He withdrew his work from TCS to follow his heart. He joined the 2-year residential Vedanta course in Sandipini Sadhanalai, Povai, in the year 2011 under Swami Advayananji. He then received Brahmacharya Diksha in 2013. He was posted in Navi Mumbai till July 2017. He was thereafter posted at SIF, and over here he regularly takes online webinars and camps. Currently, he is taking webinars on Mandukya Upanishad, Sanskrit for Shastra study, and a webinar for Hindu spiritual care program. An impactful orator, cheerful, kind-hearted, and a scholarly student of Sanskrit and Vedanta, his particular interest lies in the application of Vedanta in daily life. I request Vedji to commence this class on Manache Shlok. Thank you. Hari Om.
Yeah. Before we start, just a few announcements. Yeah. Welcome to all of you for this new series of talks. Some of you are joining on Zoom live and some of you are joining on YouTube. So, like we used to do Viveka Chudamani, which used to happen in the same time, it will be same structure. Every Sunday 5 to 6 p.m. will be this live class on Zoom as well as YouTube live. Those who can join live, very good. Those who can get into the Zoom, even better. But otherwise you can join on YouTube live. After the live is over, YouTube live, that session on YouTube will be removed. And on every Tuesday, 2 days after the live session, a formatted video will be uploaded again. So, in case you are not able to join the live class, you will be able to watch the session on YouTube. I request you to watch the previous session before you come for the next session. So, suppose you have missed a class, rather than joining directly for next Sunday, watch that session during the week and then join for the Sunday class. In case you have not registered at all, in the description of every YouTube video, there will be link to register. And at the end of registration, you will automatically come into a WhatsApp group. You will be added automatically, where every week reminders etc. are sent. The video link also, once it gets uploaded on YouTube, that is also shared every Tuesday. Okay, that is second. Number 3, I have shared PDF with you of the original text, only the text without meaning, in Devanagari script, and the same text written in English script, that is transliteration, not the translation but the transliteration. In case you want to purchase a book on Manache Shlok, that link also is shared in the WhatsApp group, which is actually a very beautiful book authored by Swami Chidananji Maharaj of Divine Life Society, who was Pujya Gurudev's Guru Bandhu, and he has authored a very beautiful text on Manache Shlok, where initially his talks are transcribed, and at the end, very beautifully what Chidananji Maharaj has done is, every verse is translated into English in poetic form. So 4 lines of Marathi, 4 lines of English. Every line is translated, but in a very, very beautiful and poetic form. So if somebody wants, you can purchase that book also. That is very important. Now, fourth and very, very important question that I need to address before we start the class. Veji, Manache Shlok is in Marathi. We don't understand Marathi. How the class will continue? You see, we study the texts in Sanskrit. We don't understand Sanskrit. How we continue with that class? Same way we are going to continue this class also. You will see also as we go forward, 90% of the words of Marathi are coming from Sanskrit. Shlok, don't you know the meaning of the shlok? You know. Mana, you don't know the meaning of mana. Mana you know. The pratyayas etc. are different, that I will explain anyways. But don't worry how we are going to understand this text, okay? Though it is in Marathi, very, very beautiful, poetic and very simple Marathi, not a very complicated Marathi is there. So we will be able to understand. If you know Marathi, you will have different question. You will be asking me question, why are you explaining in English? Okay, why are you taking this class in English? So you see, the reason is this such a beautiful literature which is available in different languages of India remains unknown to so many other people. I remember I had given one talk on this Manache Shlok. It is also available on YouTube. I had done series on conversations from scriptures, Sambhashana, Shastra Samvada. So when in that series, the last session I had done was on this Manache Shlok. And that time many people had said, we want to listen to this entire text. This appears to be very new, and not seen anywhere. So that is why I thought that I will conduct the class. Though the text is in Marathi, I would love to explain it in Marathi, but so that other people also will be able to understand, I am doing the sessions in English. Please understand, language is just a medium. Don't jump on me. There is nobody who is more sad than me for doing these sessions in other language, okay? I would love to speak in my own mother tongue. It's always easy and, it flows. And since the original text also is in Marathi, I would have loved, but what to do, okay? So please understand this, and that is why we are going to see this text in English. We have nowadays gotten used to online classes, but please make sure that we sit for class as though we are sitting for physical class. Yeah, that responsibility now lies with you all. So I request everyone to sit prepared, presentable, as though you are attending some class outside. Keep your videos on if you are joining on Zoom, so that you have that kind of commitment from your side that you are really listening to something directly. I understand with the challenges of space, time, etc., we are not having these classes physical but are doing it online, but it should not become one of the excuses for us to attend in any way that we want. All right. So I request everybody to join the class 5 minutes before, like we do all other regular classes. Please join 5 minutes before. Do some nama japa in your mind. Chant, if you know Marathi, chant these verses. If you know any other stotra, keep chanting it till the time class starts. Okay. Prepare your mind for the class. It's a very, very wonderful and very sweet and very light text. Not heavy Vedanta is there. Very light text, but very, very impactful and important for our day-to-day life, which we are going to study. All right. Chalo. With that much introduction, now let us begin. सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Lokashankaram Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Shuka Sarikhe Purna Vairagya Jache Vasishtha Parijnana Yogeshwarache Kavi Valmika Sarikha Manya Aisa Namaskara Mazha Taya Ramadasa Jai Jai Raghuveer Samartha. Salutations unto the great Lord, Bhagavan Sri Rama, Ishtadevata of Samarth Ramdas Swami. Salutations to the entire Guru Parampara, because of whom we are able to study such wonderful scriptures. And salutations to one and all present here. To the Lord within each, my salutations. From today, we are starting the study of this wonderful text called Manache Shlok. Okay, in Marathi, Manache. Cha is special in Marathi. In Sanskrit, etc., cha is there. Cha, cha, ja, cha. In Marathi, cha, cha, both pronunciations are there for the same letter. It is Manache Shlok. Manache means for the mind. Shloka means verses. So verses for the mind, Manasatiche Shlok. These are actually verses composed by a great saint, Samarth Ramdas Swami. 205 verses are there, 205 verses composed in Marathi by Samarth Ramdas Swami, where he is having conversation with mind. Two ways of looking at this. Either you can say that Samarth Ramdas Swami is talking to human mind in general. The important conversation that we also must have with our own mind. That is what is indicated through all these verses. Another way to look at it is that these verses he is talking to his own mind. Though you will see that he doesn't need to talk to his mind like this because he is a saint. His mind is not like our mind who will do all kinds of mischief. Therefore, the kind of dialogue that he is having with the mind, he doesn't need to have with his own mind. But this is a dialogue that we need to have with our mind. So before we enter into this text, let us see a brief biography of this great saint, Samarth Ramdas Swami. See, the name itself is Samartha Ramadasa Swami. Sometimes he is just called as Samartha. Samartha says so. Samarthanni mandle. Sometimes he is called as Ramdas Swami only. Why? Because he was a sannyasi, he was a brahmachari, and then later on he remained a sannyasi. Therefore, Swami word is there. And Ramadasa, he considered himself to be the servant of Sri Rama. Therefore, the name Ramadasa. That was not the name that was given to him by his parents. Okay. We'll see how. His name given by his parents was Narayana. Narayana was his name. He was born in 1608. Okay, in Maharashtra, Aurangabad. Now it is called Sambhajinagar, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Near that there is a place called Jamgaon. In that small village, this Narayan was born. His father and mother were Suryaji Panta and Ramabai Kulkarni. They were the village accountants. Kulkarni is a name given to all. You will see in most of the Maharashtrian families, Kulkarni will be the surname. They are actually the accountants in the olden times. And he was the second son of his parents. His elder brother was Gangadhar Panta and he was the second son, and very mischievous. From childhood, there are so many stories that as we go forward with the text, we will see sometimes different stories of him, but very mischievous child, and used to trouble his mother a lot. Father will be going to, job, etc. in the early days of his life. And later on, he lost his father also at a very early age of 7. But mother was there and he used to trouble his mother a lot. In those days, marriages used to happen very early. So by the age of 12, 13, 14, everybody will get married. So very interesting story is there that this Narayan, his marriage was fixed. He was 12-year-old, and in Maharashtrian marriages, there is a particular particular step is there in the marriage function, that in those days especially, many times it used to happen that the boy has not seen the girl has not seen the boy. Even till now, till our grandparents, till that generation, the same thing was there. So first time when they are seeing each other, so before that there used to be a commotion, no, that it's a important point of life. You are going to see each other. So what used to happen is, they will keep a kind of veil in between, and the priest, etc. will hold the veil from both sides, and the boy will be standing there, and then the girl will be called, and then that veil is still there in between, antar part we call in Maharashtra, and then in front of all the people who have gathered, they will all bless them by chanting 8 verses, okay, called Mangala Ashtaka. Ashtaka means 8. 8 verses will be generally sung or chanted, praising this newly going to be married couple, praising the Lord and invoking the grace of the Lord on this couple. And every verse of that Mangalashtaka ends with Shubha Mangala Savadhan. You must have heard also sometime. Shubha Mangala. Now a very auspicious thing is going to happen, and generally to all the other people who have gathered, they will say Shubha Mangala Savadhan. Savadhan means be alert. And then when the Shubha Mangala Savadhana, the priest will say, you will be having akshata in your hand, rice will be there, and then you have to put it on the couple. And when the 8th Mangalashtaka will happen, after that the veil will be removed and they will see each other for the first time, and the girl will put garland on the boy, and the boy also will put garland, and then the rest of the ceremonies, etc. will happen, Mangal Sutra and all these other things, and Saptapadi, all those things will happen thereafter. That is how it used to be, okay, in the olden days. Now what happened with this Narayan is, he was standing there on that step, on that what do we call? I don't know now, English terms I don't know. Peetham, no, where we sit generally. So he was standing on that, and the veil is there, and the girl is brought, and they were chanting this Mangalashtaka, and at the end they said Shubha Mangala Savadhan. Now this Narayan thought that Savadhan means be alert. Why are they asking me to be alert? Is it something wrong that I am about to? Generally they will say, no, be alert, be careful. Means something dangerous is going to happen. So he started thinking, what is happening with me? Till now I was fine. I was roaming here and there. I was, king of my own mind, and I used to go here and there. Now what is happening to me? Now I am going to be tied down in this marriage, etc. So by the time the 8th mantra was chanted and 8th time this Savadhana happened, the moment he heard Savadhana, he ran from that marriage. From his own marriage he ran. 12-year-old boy, okay, not that for any other reason. But he said Savadhan means something. God is trying to indicate to me that I need to be alert. And he ran. Now, obviously, you imagine there are so many people who have gathered there, and suddenly the groom only runs out of the function. Everybody started chasing him, but he was very strong. And they tried chasing him. He was not caught. He kept on running. And started to think, what does it mean? I want to be free. What does it mean to be free? And it is said this quest of his, he went to different places, met different Mahatmas. Somebody explained to him, a small boy, 12-year-old boy, but somebody explained to him what he must do. And he listened to his guru and he started doing japa. It is believed that two main japa mantra this Narayan took on himself. One was Gayatri japa, which everyone is supposed to do. So it is said that he did Purascharana. Purascharana is a particular way of doing japa, that in a stipulated time you complete X number of malas. So that X is decided by, suppose there are 5 letters in the mantra. Okay. So let us say, for example, Om Namah Shivaya. Okay. Om Namah Shivaya is a Panchakshari mantra. 5 letters are there. Now you are supposed to do 5 lakh times that mantra. Not 5 lakh malas, 5 lakh times that mantra. Now Gayatri mantra is 23 letters. So it is said that he did 23 lakh times Gayatri japa, not once, but he did many such Purasharanas of Gayatri. Such was a person. And then one guru gave him this most important mantra that we have today of Sri Rama, and that is Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Ram. Actually, it is Samarth Ramdas Swami who has made this mantra Siddha mantra. See, for any particular deity, if you want to do japa, you see that there are these mantras that come from the Vedas. For example, Om Namah Shivaya. For Lord Shiva, the mantra comes from the Veda itself. In the Rudram, in the Ashtama Anuvaka, that mantra is there. Namah Shivaya. Isn't it? So that mantra is coming from there. Some mantras for Mahavishnu, etc. come from Mahabharata, from other Puranas, etc. These mantras are coming. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Again coming from the Upanishad itself, from the Vedas. So we see that most of these mantras are coming from the original text. Therefore, the mantra is already powerful because it is there. It is a revealed text. It is a revealed mantra. This particular mantra, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, is actually made powerful by Samarth Ramdas Swami. Why? How? If you count Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram is 13 letters. Trayodashakshari mantra this is. It is said that generally for one Purasharana, 13 lakhs you will have to do. Isn't it? 13 lakh times. Samarth Ramdas Swami did japa of this mantra 13 crore times. And as a result of that, this mantra became Siddha and he got direct darshan of Bhagavan Sri Rama. He lived 12 years in forest, in different secluded places like this doing japa, Gayatri Purasharana, and every day morning, he will stand in that river and continue to chant japa, etc. and will live on bhiksha, very minimal things. We'll see one as we go forward, different stories of him, for the bhiksha, etc. also. He used to live on alms, he used to beg from 5 houses, get whatever is there and then eat that much only. And rest of the time he used to spend in doing japa. And he had darshan of Bhagavan Sri Rama himself. After those 12 years, it is said that he went to entire Bharat going to different holy places, doing tirthatan, etc. for another 12 years, still continuing his japa. And he came back to Maharashtra. He established so many Sri Rama and Hanuman temple. Maruti was also his very favorite, and this Ramdas Swami was very, very strong physically also. You will see in his picture also, the picture that you can see also, bodybuilder he was. Why? Because he knew, we have to see the history of India also at that time. 16th century is when the continuous Mughal invasions, etc. was happening. That was the time when the revolt was happening. Shivaji Maharaj was of the same era. So he wanted everybody to become strong, physically, mentally and spiritually also. So what he did was, he thought that to make people strong, you need to make them strong 3 times, no, 3 ways: physical, mental and spiritual. So he started to establish these Maruti temple, this Hanuman temple in different parts of India, especially in Maharashtra, because that is where he was staying. So if you go to Maharashtra even today, you will see maximum temples of Hanumanji. Small temples will be there, not big temples, etc. And with each Hanuman temple, there will be a gym, that time's gym. Vyayama Shala will be there. Gym will be there where people will come together and do exercise. Hanumanji's murti is there right in front and you do exercise in front of Hanumanji. Why? Hanumanji is also idol of strength, isn't it? Physical, mental, spiritual. So all 3 things will happen. There is a temple, therefore mental strength is coming, physical strength is coming by the exercise that you are doing, and Bhagavan himself is there, therefore spiritual strength also. So in this way he used to establish these temples, and that is how he used to live. He has established so many such temples, and many people also may know these aartis that we sing, no? Especially the most famous is Ganapati Aarti. Sukhakarta, Dukhaharta, Varta, Vignachi, Nurvi, Purvi, Prem, Kripa, Jayachi. All the aartis all the different aartis that we chant, most of them are composed by Samarth Ramdas Swami only. That's why the last line will say, Das Ramacha Vatpa He Sadhana. Isn't it? Ramacha Das, that is his signature. So many such aartis are also composed by him. So he did a great work of, uniting people and making sure that they are physically, emotionally and spiritually fit. In the same process, he also met Shivaji Maharaj himself and guided him on many things, including the spiritual matters, including on righteous matters. You see, here I want to say a few things. Some people nowadays in Maharashtra, they want to disconnect Shivaji Maharaj and Samarth Ramdas Swami, and they say that no, Shivaji Maharaj never met Ramdas Swami, etc. All this is hoax, because there are clear-cut evidences of both of them meeting. There are letters that have been exchanged between Samarth Ramdas Swami and Shivaji Maharaj, which are written evidence. Okay, and both had great reverence for each other. See, Shivaji Maharaj considered Samarth Ramdas Swami as a spiritual guru, and therefore as a guru he used to write so many things to him asking for guidance. And Shivaji Maharaj himself was a very spiritual person, very dynamic but very spiritual person. You see his life and then you will know what I am talking about. So he had great respect for his guru Samarth Ramdas Swami, but at the same time Samarth Ramdas Swami has got great respect he had for Shivaji Maharaj. He has written one poem in one of the letters when Rajyabhisheka is happening, etc. And such a beautiful poem on Shivaji Maharaj. I hardly feel there are so many poems written on Shivaji Maharaj by Kavi Bhushan also at that time in Hindi, etc. But the way Samartha Ramdas Swami explains Shivaji Maharaj, it's unparalleled. Nishchayacha Mahameru, Bahuta Janasya Adharu, Akhanda Sthitita Nirdaru, Shrimanta Yogi, Janata Raja, Shivasankalpa Raja. So many beautiful adjectives of Shivaji Maharaj are used by Samarth Ramdas Swami. So all those people who say that they never met and these are the Brahminical patriarchy who has brought Samarth Ramdas Swami, my humble request to them is to please go back and check the history properly. There is no need to deny a part of history. We are pulling both the people down. We are pulling Shivaji Maharaj also down by doing all this nonsense. Okay, Shivaji Maharaj himself had such a great respect for Samarth Ramdas Swami. It's not right on our part to disconnect them. Coming back to the story. This Samarth Ramdas Swami established so many mathas also, and one of the favorite places that he stayed till the end of his life was given by Shivaji Maharaj to him. It is called Sajjangad. It is a fort near Satara, present day Satara. Just around 10-15 kilometers from there is this Sajjangad. It's a kind of fort where Samarth Ramdas Swami used to live. And even now, if you go there, there is a very beautiful Samadhi Sthal and a very beautiful place. And then Shivtargarh and so many such places are there of importance to this Samarth Ramdas Swami. He had many Shishyas, many disciples were there who continued his legacy, and that Guru Shishya Parampara is going on even today. That Sampradaya is called as Ramadasi Sampradaya. Maruti Boa Ramdasi is the present, recent one great saint from that same Sampradaya who stays in Sajjangarh, and there are so many such people, right, who came in that Sampradaya. Kalyan Swami was another very, very important disciple of Samarth Ramdas Swami. He was the one who used to write all the compositions of Samartha. So Samarth Ramdas Swami has written three main compositions are there. One is called as Das Bodh. Das Bodh is a very, very powerful and very brilliant text. It is, long text, more than 7,000 verses are there. I think some 7,752 verses are there. Over 200 chapters. Okay. And 20 sections. In every section there are 10 chapters. Like that it goes on. Samasa he calls. And this Das Bodh is known for its direct approach. Direct approach in the sense, Vedanta is described, Dharma is described, what to do, what not to do is described. But the language is absolutely straight. He is not polishing any of his words. He was known for that. He will not mix his word at all. So they will be so hard hitting that a person doing wrong will immediately understand that it is like Shankaracharya's Bhaja Govindam, no? We say it is hammer on delusion, Moha Mudgara. Like that his words will be. So Das Bodh is very well known original composition of Samarth Ramdas Swami. There is another short text called Atma Ram. Atma Ram, a very spiritual composition is there of 183 verses over 5 chapters. And third composition is this Manache Shlok, or what was called at that time was Manobodha. Manobodha, knowledge to the mind. Later on it became famous by the name Manache Shlok, the verses for mind. So such compositions are there of Samarth Ramdas Swami, and this Samarth Ramdas Swami attained Samadhi in 1681, lived for around 73 years, and you see that is called God's grace that we are starting this session very close to his Samadhi. Today is 3rd of March, and today itself is a very auspicious occasion in Maharashtra. Today is Prakatotsava of Gajanan Maharaj, and today that will be celebrated. That is being celebrated in another great saint of last century, Gajanan Maharaj. He was born on this day, and on 5th, on this Tuesday, is Das Navami. What is generally called as Das Navami, where Samarth Ramdas Swami attained Samadhi, Magha Krishna Navami. And Ramdas Swami's Janma Din, the birth day, is exactly on the same day of Ram Navami, on his Ishtadevata's Janma Divas. So Chaitra Shuddha Navami is when Ramdas Swami was also born, and that is the same day. Ram Navami is also there, but now Das Navami is coming. And you see, I told you that every session, Sunday it happens live, but it will go on YouTube on Tuesday. So that will be the day Das Navami will be there. So not planned at all, not planned at all. We had just after completing Vivek Chudamani, we said 2-3 months break and then we will do. Then one thing or the other kept on happening. It was supposed to start February and then I was not here. So I just said, let us start March 1st Sunday. Not planned, did not even know, but that is what God's grace is. With His grace on us, let us start the text Manache Shlok. There is one very beautiful story associated with this text. How this text came to be. There is one place in Maharashtra called Chafal. Very, very important place because that was the first Sri Rama temple that was built by Samarth Ramdas Swami. And at that time, they used to celebrate Ram Navami in a very, very grand way. Because as I told you, Samarth Ramdas Swami was a great visionary. So he took this as a what we can say, as a means to get people together so that they can fight when required for the nation. So just like what Lokmanya Tilak did, with starting the Sarvajanik Ganeshotsav, similar to that 400 years before, Samarth Ramdas Swami used to have this celebration in Chafal, which will start on Gudi Padwa, on the first day of New Year, and will go on for 9 days till Chaitra Navami, where Shri Ram Navami will be there, and they used to celebrate this 9 days as a very great celebrations. And Shivaji, earlier it was a small celebration, therefore they used to get Bhiksha, and on that Bhiksha the celebrations used to continue. But as the celebration started increasing, people from outside started coming, Shivaji Maharaj started sending some financial help, grains, etc. he used to send from the capital, so that the festival will go on, the celebrations will go on. One year it so happened that this help from the capital city did not reach, and it was just 7-8 days before the program, and they were all so worried that people will start coming in, but we don't have food to give. So what should we do? So they all went to Samarth Ramdas Swami and said, what should we do? So he said, see, this is Bhagwan's festival. We are celebrating his birth. He will take care of whatever has to be done. He will make sure. We should do our job. We should start our preparations. But it kept on going in his mind that something needs to be done. So it is said that at night, suddenly he called this Kalyan Swami. And he said, right. And he started narrating verses after verses after verses, and overnight, in one sitting, he wrote these 205 verses. And he told Kalyan Swami wrote. Then, with the help of other disciples, they made copies of these. You know how they used to do, keep one and then all other people will write, and how they used to do copies of in the olden times. They did copies of this. He gave it to all the disciples and he said, go to all the villages nearby, all the cities nearby, go to every single house, chant one verse, conclude that verse by saying Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha, and get whatever bhiksha they are giving, either grains or money or whatever they get, whatever they give, you get. And like these disciples were sent, and in 8 days they all went to different places, and it is said that carts after carts of grain started coming from all the villages. And that is the greatness, and the celebrations etc. went on, of course, brilliantly. But because of that occasion, we got this wonderful text. So if you see, each verse is actually independent. And that's why not like other Vedantic text where there is exactly a link that this is what is there in this section, this is what is. No, you will see that sometimes this is happening here, the same topic may repeat after some time in some shloka, the same after some shloka, because these are all independent shlokas, right? But there is an order in which he had composed. That's the same order that we follow for chanting also. In Maharashtra, even today, as a child, we learn all these shlokas. I remember when I was a child, we used to chant some first 25-50 shlokas like this only. Like for fun, we used to chant. That much was there in the memory, because continuously it used to be chanted at our home. So very, very close to our culture in Maharashtra. And those are the texts those are the verses that we will be chanting. Every verse we will chant and we will end with Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. What does it mean? Basically, Raghuvira is name of Bhagwan Shri Ram. And Samarth Ramdas Swami used to call his God, Shri Ram, as Samartha. So, Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. Samartha means what? Samartha means capable. Samartha means capable. In Vedantic terms, Ishvara is called as Samartha. Why? Because Kartum Akartum Anyatha va Kartum Shaktah. That Shaktah is Samartha. So one who is capable of doing this way, that way, not doing it in other way, he is capable of doing anything. That God, that Lord is called as Samartha. So Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha is remembering the Lord who is capable. But when Bhagavan Sri Rama gave darshan to Ramdas Swami, he gave his name to his bhakta and said, from today you will be known as Samarth Ramdas. See the brilliance of bhakta and brilliance of Bhagavan also. Greatness of all of them. And that's why we call him Samarth Ramdas Swami. Now these shlokas that we are going to see are very, 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 very important to all of us. We may study n number of Vedantic granthas, Upanishads we may study Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra and Prakarana granthas. Finally, where it all boils down to is whether our mind is getting transformed or not. That's the main point. I hope you all are understanding what I am trying to say. We have studied so far also. I know all of you are not first timers to Vedanta. You all have studied Vedanta. We understand different concepts of Vedanta. But in order to experience that, we need a pure mind. We need a focused mind. And where it comes finally to is how to make this mind pure. The Upanishads themselves say also, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Bandhaya vishayasaktam. Isn't it? Amrita Bindu Upanishad says, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha moksha. Mind itself is the cause of bondage. Mind itself is the cause for liberation for any human being. That mind which is attached to the world is cause for bondage. And the same mind, when it becomes attached to the Supreme, becomes the cause for liberation. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, Atma eva hi atmano bandhu. Atma eva ripuhu atmana. This mind is our best friend and the mind is our worst enemy. When does it become our worst enemy? When the mind is not under our control, it becomes our worst enemy. And when it is under our control, it becomes our best friend. Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankaracharya also, in whose birthplace I am sitting here and we are having this session, he also says one of the compositions of his is called Prashnottara Ratna Malika, so question and answer in the form of that. So there he asks one question, Jitam Jagat Kena, by whom the world is won? Who wins over the world? And the answer he gives is Manohiyena. One who has won over his mind, a person who has won over his mind has won over the entire world. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji says so. If you see our Puja Gurudev also, Swami Chinmayanand, the crux of his entire teaching was this: you change and the world around you will change. Isn't it? You go and find out any book that he has written, you see how many times this statement and statement like this is coming. You change and the world will change. You change your mind and you can win over the world. So we are going to see how to win over our own mind. Therefore we are seeing this Manache Shlok. Upanishads approve of it. Bhagavad Gita approves of it. Bhagavan Shri Shankaracharya ji, Puja Gurudev, all of them, the entire Guru Parampara approves of it. And that is what we are going to see of Samarth Ramdas Swami. Let us start with the first verse. We are not going to do lead and follow. Okay, we will chant together. Okay, those who know Marathi will chant together. Others just listen. At the end say Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. That much is common, no? That you do. Let us begin. First verse. गणाधीश जो ईश सर्वा गुणांचा मुळारंभ आरंभ तो निर्गुणांचा नमो शारदा मूळ चत्वार वाचा गमू पंथ आनंत या राघवाचा जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. Beautiful. Samarth Ramdas Swami starts in a very, very traditional way by saluting to the Lord. We know all our texts start with Mangalacharana. So is this text which starts with Mangalacharana. What does he say? Ganadhisha. Gana is generally the word used for Shiva Ganas. It is said that Lord Shiva has got different groups, and he has got very interesting groups are there. All the people who are hated by the entire world are part of his Shishya Ganas. Okay, so Bhuta, Preta, Pishachas, and all the what we say deformed people, no? People with physical deformity, mental deformity, all of them you will find in Shiva Gana. Okay, all those who are neglected and rejected by the world are all under Shiva Gana. Okay, but we are prostrating to whom? We are prostrating to Lord Shiva's son, Ganapati, who is the Adhisha, who is the master of all these groups. He is the master. Gana, Adhisha means master. Ganadhisha Jo, one who is Isha Sarva Gunansa, who is the Lord. Isha, see all Sanskrit words only. Isha, Lord. Sarva, all. Guna, Guna, virtues. So one who is the Lord of all virtues. So we say, there are 6 virtues. When they are there in someone, that person is called as Bhagavan. These 6 virtues are called as Bhaga. Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yashasah, Shriyah, Jnana, Vairagyayoho cha evam Shannam Bhaga itingana. I will tell you again. Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya. There are 6 qualities which are available Samagra, in full measure. What are these 6 qualities? Aishwarya. First one is Aishwarya. Aishwarya means Ishwarasya Bhavaha, rulership, control. Virya, second is strength. Yashaha, fame. Shriyaha, wealth. All kinds of wealth. Jnana, knowledge. And Vairagya, detachment. These 6 qualities in full measure are called as Bhaga. Shannam Bhagaha itingana. Now one who has these 6 is called as Bhagavan. Like we say, Gunavan, one who has gunas. Like that Bhagavan, one who has this Bhaga in full measure. That is called as Bhagavan. Who is that Bhagavan? Now here we are talking about Ganapati as Bhagavan. Isha Sarva Gunansa, one who is the Lord of all gunas. Another way you can also look at it is Sarva Guna. Sarva Gunansa means what? Guna generally also refers to Triguna. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo Guna. Isn't it? And we say in Ganapati Atharvashesha, Gunatrayatitaha. He is the one who is the Lord of all the 3 gunas. He is beyond all the 3 gunas. So Isha Sarva Gunasa means you can say even the Lord of the 3 gunas. So Ganadhisha Jo Isha Sarva Gunansa. Second line. Mularambha. He is the Mula Arambha. He is the first. He is the first one. First of the creations. The entire creation began. What was the first one? First one was this Bhagavan. Ishvara. Ishvara was the first, isn't it? Brahman plus Maya. Nirgunacha Arambha. That is how the Nirguna Parabrahma starts to become many. Where does it all begin? It begins with that Ishvara. So we are prostrating Namu. Namu is prostrations. Prostrations unto this Ganapati, who is number 1 Ganadhisha, the master of all the groups of Lord Shiva. Second, Isha Sarva Gunansa is the Lord of all the gunas, all the virtues, or you can say Lord of 3 gunas. Mularambha Arambato Nirgunacha. And for that Nirguna Parabrahma to start the creation, the first that came out, Mularambha, that Ishvara is this Ganapati. We prostrate to this Ganapati first. But Vedji, how do you know Ganesha? There is no name of Ganesha. Ganadhisha word itself is used for Ganapati only. By first word itself, it is very clear Ganadhisha is Ganapati. That's why the word Ganapati also. Ganadisha, Ganapati means same only. Ganapati means Pati, master of all the Ganas. Ganesha, another word, same meaning, Ganaisha. So we are talking about Ganesha, Ganapati and Ganadisha. Prostrating to that first. Then who? Namu Sharada. Second prostration is to Saraswati, Sharada. Saram Dadati iti Sharada. The one who gives us the essence. But why Samartha prostrating to her? Moola Chatvara Vacha. Because this Saraswati is the moola, is the cause of 4 kinds of speech. Chatvara, 4 kinds of. Again, Sanskrit words only. Vacha, Vacha means vak. 4 kinds of speech. So we generally say, no, there are 4 levels of speech. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikhari. Para is that supreme state of Parabrahma only, which is the first. Then comes Pashyanti, means it becomes visible, not to us through eyes, but it becomes visible to us, means it starts to become thoughts. Then Madhyama, then those thoughts align themselves and create words in our mind. That is Madhyama. And then Vaikhari, then through our speech, through the actual sounds, the word comes out. So word that I speak is actually going through 3 levels and then coming out as the 4th level. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama and then Vaikhari. But one who is the origin of these 4 kinds of speech, that is Saraswati Devi. And I prostrate to that Saraswati. So prostrations unto Ganesha, prostrations unto Saraswati. Isn't it our tradition? Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. That is our tradition. And in any kind of composition also, it is a very natural tradition, because Ganapati is the Devata of Buddhi and Saraswati is the Devata of Vani, is the words. Isn't it? Oh, while writing anything, I need Buddhi and Vani both. I need intelligence and also the words. Somebody is very intelligent but right words don't come to them. Then Saraswati Devi's Ashirvada is not there. Some people, they speak very well, but what they speak only they understand. Why? Because it makes no sense. But here what? Ganapati and Saraswati together. Why? So that intelligence and the flow of speech, both will be there. Prostrating to both of them. Now what? Gamu Pantha Anantaya Raghavacha. Now he prostrates to his Ishtadevata and he says, what are we going to do? Gamu. Let us walk. Let us walk this Pantha. Pantha means path. I think the word path must have come from Sanskrit only. Pantha, path, has got a lot of similarities. Let us walk this path of whom? Ananta Raghavacha, this infinite Sri Rama. Raghava is Raghuvamsha Kulotpanna. Raghava. Raghu Kulotpanna. Raghu was one of the great kings of Surya Vamsha. In his Vamsha, Sri Rama was born, therefore his name is Raghava. Let us walk the path that leads to this Sri Rama. But who is this Sri Rama? Ananta, infinite. He is that Brahma. Shuddha Brahma Paratpara Ram. That is what he is. So here also we will see throughout, when Samarth Ramdas Swami is prostrating to Sri Rama, we must remember that it is not just the form of Sri Rama, but he is prostrating to that supreme Brahman through Sri Rama. And therefore that Nirguna only is worshipped through Saguna. Ananta Raghavacha. Or Ananta is in between. By Dehli Dipanyaya you can take that Ananta to Pantha also. Let us walk this eternal path to Sri Rama. Means what? Samartha is telling that I am not going to tell you some new path. No, the path is well known. The path is being followed by so many people. That only we are going to follow. Let us walk this path that leads to Bhagavan. So the purpose of this text is what? To reach that infinite Brahman which is in the form of Sri Rama. And for that we are studying this text. We are beginning this text. Right? Gamu Pantha Anantaya Raghavacha. Okay? Right. Let us chant the verse again. We will go forward. Ganadhisha Joisha Sarva Gunancha Mularambha Arambhato Nirgunacha Namu Sharada Mula Chatvara Vacha Gamu Pantha Anantaya Raghavacha Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. Let us see the second verse also. Mana Sajjana Bhakti Panthe Chizave Tari Shri Hari Pavizeto Swabhave Jani Nindyate Sarva Sodo Nidyave Jani Vandyate Sarva Bhave Karave Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. Aha. Beautiful. He starts his conversation with his mind by saying Mana, oh my mind. Isn't it the title of our talk series also? Oh my mind. Mana. But he is adding one more thing. Mana Sajjana. Oh my noble mind. You see, they say in the conversation class, etc., when they say that when you want to learn the conversational skills, whenever you want to criticize somebody, first start with the praise. Suppose you want to suggest something that is wrong in some place, first you have to tell, today's performance was very good, but then you come to that but and then you tell whatever was not good, but you should start always on a positive note. This is going on. He starts only by saying Mana Sajjana. When you say to the mind that you are a noble mind, mind will listen to what you are telling. If you start only by saying, there are different methods, no? There are different methods. Shankaracharya is other kind of method. He starts only with Mudhamate, hey idiot fellow, listen. That is the shock treatment method. This is a pacifying method, where you say Mana Sajjana, oh listen, oh my mind, oh noble mind, please listen. What? Bhakti Panthe Chizave. You should always walk the path of devotion. Bhakti Pantha. You should walk the path of devotion. Why should I do that? Tari Shri Hari Pavizeto Swabhave. When you walk this path of devotion, then naturally Swabhave, Shri Hari, that Lord Pavizeto, will become available for you, will give you darshan, will come towards you. You must walk the path of devotion. That will naturally lead to this vision of God, this God realization. Then what? Jani Nindyate. Whatever is Nindya. Nindya means that which is criticized. Jani in the world, in the society, in the people. Whatever is criticized by people, Sodo Nidyave. All that you should leave. Sarva. Sarva means all. Jani Vandyate. And whatever is Vandya. Vandya means that which is worshipped by the people, by the society. Sarva Bhave Karave. That you should do by all means. So what is he saying basically? Number one, he says you should walk the path of devotion, by which you can reach God realization. See, so many things are hidden in this simple words. First instruction that he is giving to the mind is walk the path of devotion. Isn't it the first thing that even Bhagavan Shri Krishna tells? Karma Yoga starts with the thought of God. He says every single thing starts with that. Isn't it what Shankaracharya is saying? Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam. Are you worship this Govinda, this Lord. Why? Devotion is the way. So walk the path of devotion by which you can reach God realization. Now that is also for us to understand the goal of devotion is God realization. Not any other goal. Not that if I worship God, God will give me something. If I worship, I will become famous. Not that kind of bhakti. But bhakti that leads us to Bhagavad Darshana, Sakshatkara, Atma Anubhava. That is the goal. And in order to walk this path of God, we must first become good. First good, then God. Puja Gurudev's Guru, Shivananji Maharaj of Divine Life Society, he used to always say this. Be good, do good, then think of God. From goodness to godness. That's what he used to say. So similarly, when it is said that you walk the path of devotion that will lead to God realization, in life, what is that we must first do? We must first make sure that our life is righteous according to dharma. And therefore, what should I do and what should I not do? That which is worshipped by people. The kind of character, the kind of living, the kind of behavior that people consider it to be correct, perfect, good, you should do that. And that which is censored by the people, that which is criticized by the people, that you should give up. Nindya, you see, Jani Nindya. Nindya is prohibited actions. Prohibited actions which will bring destruction of yourself and everybody around you. That you should give up. Jani Nindyate sarva sodoni dave. All those things you should give up. And Jani Vandyate. Vandya is worshipped actions. The actions which are appreciated by all. Those things. Sarva bhave karave. Two ways of looking at it again. Sarva means entirely, bhave karave. You should do it with your heart. Or sarva bhave. Sarva bhave means what? By all means you should do what is good. Find out different ways to do it, but what is good must be done. Destruction of any society, any culture happens because good people don't do good enough. And that is why Samarth Ramdas Swami is not just stopping by saying that don't do wrong, but he is telling positively, do good by all means. Don't say that is not my job. Don't do that. If it is good, it must be done. If it is good, it must be done. That is what he says. And that's why very first instruction to the mind is walk the path of devotion that will automatically lead you to that God. And second instruction is give up the path of wrong and always walk the path of right. So bhakti that leads to Brahma and Dharma. See, these are the first two instructions. First line is the path to Brahman and second line is the practical means of Dharma. These two are the main topics of Vedas also, Dharma and Brahma. This is the spirituality, right? Spirituality in heart and righteousness in action. That is what we will see throughout this text. Throughout this text, we will see this beautiful combination of spirituality and righteousness together, which is given in short here right at the beginning by Samarth Ramdas Swami. Let us chant the verse and we will conclude for today. Mana sajjana bhakti panthe chizave तरी श्री हरि पाविजेतो स्वभावे जनी निंद्यते सर्वसोडो निद्यावे जनी वंद्यते सर्वभावे करावे जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. Now in the next verse he will continue प्रभाते मनी राम चिंतित जावा. We will see in the next class. Very beautiful shlokas are there. Chalo. Next Sunday, same time we will meet and we will continue the text. Hari Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om.